Hello, my loves. Welcome back to another reading. Please remember right off the top here that if something isn't resonating for you, it's okay to leave it behind for somebody else. All right, let's get started. And I'm using my Citadel deck. One message do you have for us tonight, Spirit? Oh, I have not seen this card yet. I have not pulled it. I did look through when I first got the deck, but I don't even remember this one, to be honest. Lack of empathy, confrontation. You know what? Before I even talk about this, I'm just going to pull another card. All right, so we had this card a couple readings ago, and what I'm getting from it is still the same sort of meaning from it, which is, possibly us in the future on a different timeline at a different point in our path, looking back towards us now, us here on our earth. And I'm seeing the waning moon here as well this time. Things are coming to an end here. And what we have here is this. Look at the way the hands are facing. They're facing as though the person is facing towards us. The person is not looking at the light of the stars, the light of the moon. They're not looking at the light. They are surrounded by these thorny, I'm assuming these are roses. I mean, they look like roses. They are surrounded by thorny roses that with any sort of movement will hurt them. Which is funny because just a few days ago I was in my garden and I was digging up the weeds around my roses, and one of my roses was upset with me because I had neglected doing the weeding for a little too long. And so I got bit by a couple thorns twice. Not pleasant. But here I feel like it's self-inflicted. I mean, this is the brawler. This is somebody who just wants to bloody fight. They have these, I'm seeing them almost like chains, these thorns around them. But they're put there by this person who wants to be fighting. They are wanting to be nicked by these thorns at any given moment in order for them to have a reason to fight. And the fighting itself also hurts them. I'm not getting anything from the alchemist yet, so I think I'm just going to start pulling some cards This deck. Okay. This is my When Women Had Wings deck. What about the Alchemist here, Spirit? Woo, 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 woo. Okay, okay. Do we want this card as well? All right, the Alchemist here. This is feeling separate. So with the Alchemist here, this is, I mean, we had the Hanged one a reading or two ago as well, from the B deck. And it's coming to mind, so I'm just going to say it. In the B deck. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. My girls, my little kitty girls, decided that they were going to have a little brawl of their own. Friendly, of course, which doesn't happen all the time. They are sisters. All right. What I was saying was, this card reminded me of pulling the Hanged one from the B deck the other night. And in the B deck, the person who is hanged also has a bee on their third eye. What I'm getting from this is the work that is required in order to be able to use our tools properly. To experiment with tools, but also understand the tools that really allow us to connect to our deepest self, the highest self, sort of, I suppose, the deepest self that we are here as humans, but also pulling in that highest self. We see the halo here, the highest self of our spirit. The rest of our spirit that can't fit in, quite fitting into these. Oh, there they go. Oh my goodness. Oh, holy cow. Oh my. The shenaniganery tonight. Normally, my gray kitty is always sleepy at this time. And even my black kitty is usually sleepy at this time. I don't know what's going on. What's the moon phase? Are we coming up on a new moon here? I think we are. I think we are in this phase right here. Yes, because if I remember seeing the moon the other night in the sky. Who knows? I don't know. They're just a little zooted right now. Oh, what was I saying about this? All of our spirit, all of the entirety of our spirit, which, I mean, the entirety of our spirit can't fit into these human bodies. This mind, you know, this mind is wonderful. This mind is so wonderful. Look at how many ways we can use the tools that are at our disposal, the many things that we can learn how to do, but not all of it can fit into it. But this, being able to be a good alchemist, being able to be somebody who is very understanding of their strengths, knows that they have things to learn, that there's always things to learn, the learning never ends. The work that goes into it, the dedication. The Seven of Pentacles is, you know, these fields aren't quite abundant yet, but we are already seeing what the harvest is going to be like. So we have already been in this place. We have been in this place for a while of recalibrating ourselves, rerouting ourselves, even though she's hanging upside down, but her head is going to be so close to the ground. Her head is going to be looking at the ground. It is that inversion where, I mean, even if you look at it this way, this almost looks like the ground this way, you know, with these flowers here. But the ground, we are getting grounded in ourself here, in our abilities, in our power. I'm going to say third eye just because it has already popped up. So our intuition, our ability to understand what's going on in this physical world that we live in, but also, I mean, especially, you know, with the Seven of Pentacles, this physical world that we live in, but also this wondrous world of spirit. And combining these two, you know, the work of this almost being ready for us to be able to make that, to alchemize lead into gold. We're almost very nearly there. We aren't quite out of it yet. I'm still not seeing the connection here, but we'll see. We'll pull more cards. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I am looking at this one. Oh, you know what? No, I'm being told it's all of this. Hello, hello. So many new people in the room. Okay. Hello. We have 3 major arcana here. I mean, another major arcana here. I'm seeing this as, I mean, connected in this way, temperance in the way that we need to balance out our spiritual with living here in the physical world that we are able to affect, and also the spirit that we can bring in order to affect this world. But we do also affect spirit as well, which is why it's so important to understand ourselves and our capabilities, put in the work, and do the thing that we chose to come live this life on this earth at this time. Oh my goodness, my cats are going crazy. Oh my goodness. The babies tonight, they're just going crazy. I might have to pause it again. Hold on. I do think that this kind of belongs... You know what? Let me figure out what's going on here first. So we have this balance within ourselves in order to be able to access our magic in this world. Oh my goodness, hold on. You know, of course they would do this while I'm trying to do a reading. You know what? Actually, I see that now. Mischievousness, playfulness. This is something that I have been seeing a lot in the readings from other readers that I have been following. Get playful. Get a little mischievous. You know, we can, I mean, here she looks very playful in this. And here is where playing teaches us. Experimenting and exploring and having fun teaches us. So get playful, and then we can really understand ourselves on a deeper level. So temperance here, the balance of playfulness, our intuition, our connection to spirit, our ability to see the world from different perspectives, as well as how we are in the world, allows us to access this magic that we are born with. It is here, it is available for us to use, but there is the alchemy we have to do within ourselves. Okay, yes, very much. Okay, this is now really solidifying as like this is the alchemy of ourselves, of understanding ourselves, being able to transmute things within ourselves, understanding all the charms and delightful things that are within us in order to do the magic that we came here to do. Now, these cards here. I also pulled this card the other night. holding ourselves back, allowing ourselves to be ruled over, to allow the, I mean, I'm getting the word hedonism, but hedonism in our world in the way of, hey, here's all these things that you want to do that gives you dopamine hits, but that keeps you distracted from your magic, your own magic, the thing that you came here to do. And you can get out of it, and it's not difficult. I mean, you know, I say that, but it can be very difficult, obviously. It's difficult to want to get out of this sort of paradigms that we grow up with, that get forced upon us, that don't actually serve us as human beings, but serve the machine of industry, the machine of capitalism, etc., etc., etc. But I'm getting the playful again. I'm getting the playful to move past this, become playful again. Remember what it was like to be a child. So we're going to put this here. But we need to remember what it was like to be a child again. To just go off on our own little adventures with our friends, or alone, or with our siblings. To go off. When we are children, we have access to this magic. It is very available for us because we, through the learning of social, any social stuff, how we are with each other, and the rules that our little community teaches us, as well as now, you know, mass media and stuff like that. This gets tamped down over time because we're trying to, I mean, as kids, we all know this. We're always trying to be an adult. We're always trying to be older and mature and blah, blah, blah. But no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Be that child. Honor that child in yourself. Be curious. You know, seek to learn all the things that used to tickle your fancy when you were a kid, and perhaps you didn't really get a chance to explore. Always be exploring. Always be playing. It's kind of a job to get ourselves back in this mindset because it's been really hammered out of us to not allow ourselves to be in this space. But this is freedom. This is freedom. Playfulness. And childlike wonder. And exploration. Stop trying to fit into a box that you were never going to fit into. And I'm seeing this as a message from our future self. You need to play. All right, let's keep going here. All right, what more with the brawler here? How does this relate, Spirit? What? Oh, I thought I saw a card out flipped over in there. Star. I'm seeing this more connected to this. I mean, obviously this is the astronomer, Astra. This is the path in the dark. Oh man. All of the interruptions tonight, my friends. All of the interruptions tonight. But those were my motorcycles that just passed. Motorcycles are freedom. They are a way to have fun, a loud way, but a way to have fun. They are freedom. They allow you to move places very quickly, very nimbly. I'm still feeling blocked with this message here, and perhaps it's not supposed to come out until the end of the message. Let's move to the astronomer here. What does our future selves want to tell us right now? We're holding too tight to the things that feel like they provide us with everything that we want in life. But how does this person move? How are they going to move these coins beneath their feet? How, if they get up, this coin is going to fall out. This is a false crown. It's time for a paradigm shift of how we are living our lives, that being too focused on the material wealth parts of it. Having that brand new house in the suburb that's painted all gray and, costs way too much money and actually keeps me away from being part of community. This person isn't even in this town behind him. He is out and he is separated because he wants to hoard this wealth. He wants to keep it safe. He can't keep it safe. I mean, he's putting it on display. But it would be so easy to just go up and yank this from him. The major arcana tonight, my friends. This is death. This is death. This is death of caring so much about keeping up with the Joneses or showing up the Joneses and saying that I'm better than you because I have more than you. This is death of the old way. This swamp here, this place here is not healthy. Everything has died here. The water is stagnant here. But we can see when we move in this direction, we can move towards these pillars where the light is. Anything else about this that you want us to know? Future selves? We need to become the king here. Somebody who is able to have it all, but also understands their role in the ecosystem of our lives. He understands where he needs to share wealth, which here he is only holding one pentacle, one coin, and he shows it, but he's almost holding it like it is something holy. And I don't mean in this kind of way of hoarding it. It would be so easy for him to just hand this to somebody. There is sharing here. There is understanding the abundance that is in the world that we can work with in order for everybody to be prosperous. We need to be like the King of Pentacles here. Somebody who is not going to work overly hard, who is not going to expect others to work incredibly hard, because when we work all together, we can all have a piece of the thing that we are wanting to grow together. We can all have a piece of this. We can all be the king. We can all be the queen. We can all be the royal person. We can all be that. There is more than enough for everyone. Oh my goodness, hold on. You know, it's funny because it's my kitty my gray kitty who really doesn't have a lot of energy at this time of night in general. But she's so like, her eyes are so big and black right now. I don't know. But yes, okay, I think we were good with this. This is just the death of the old ways of being is coming. The death is coming. So we can be like this king here, or we can be left behind. All right. Is it time now to figure out this brawler spirit? Yes. B tarot? No. You, Mucha? No. Back to the Citadel? Okay, well, we only have one left, if that's the case. All right. Whoop. On the floor. King of Swords. King of Swords. I feel like this is somebody... I feel like this is a path we could possibly take if we do not understand the ways in which we need to be going forward to make a better world where the wealth is shared, where we are childlike again because we are happy, we are taken care of, we have the freedom and ability to explore ourselves. I mean, this person is tied up in this path that we want to forge in the dark. And I'm seeing this King of Swords not in a positive light, but as somebody who wants so much control over everything. This is someone who cannot control their desire for, oh my goodness, what's the word I'm looking for? To have power over people instead of working with people. And he's forging this path in darkness, and the darkness here, sure, he can follow these stars, you know, as we see here. And the stars could lead him to where he wants to go, where he has all this power. But I think it means that he would have to forget this light. This light, this magic that's within him in order to go down this path and become this tyrant. This person who is so unforgiving, so... Oh my goodness, my words are going. Oh, hold on. She went exploring and got herself stuck in somewhere new that she has never gotten herself into before, so. But it was okay. I encouraged her and she got herself out. Oh, I just had something in my head about this. This person is so incredibly rigid. They want that box, and they want a box for everyone. I mean, we look at the structure, the architecture in this image here, very straight lines, everything in its place. There's no room for exploration. I mean, he's blocking this gateway as well out into the natural world. This is not natural. This is not natural. This is working with nature, because we are tool users. That is the unique thing about being a human on this planet. There are other species that do also use tools, but not in the way that we have, because we can also communicate. You know, there's no communicating with this type of person. There's only their way. And if you don't like that, well, here's the sword. Okay. Any last messages about this, Spirit? Our future selves? Ace of Jars. Right, this is intuition. This is filling our wells, I'm seeing. This is being cozy, understanding, you know, I mean, look at the bottle here as well. This is understanding the things that we need to truly live a good life. And this is not incredible opulence. This is not incredible wealth hoarding. This is, I mean, very clearly, as you look at this picture, this is somebody who obviously loves bees. So they've collected these bee plates as something that brings them joy, right? They obviously love plants, and they've brought that into their house. They obviously love color and having, you know, flower symbols, having things painted and decorated in a way that expresses who they are. And I'm seeing these beads around here as telling me that in this non-opulence but celebration, and I think this card looks very celebratory, to be honest with you, in this celebration of who we are, what is inside of us, the good things in life, the things that make us the most happy, you know, good food, delicious honey, the things that we are called to and love, you know, that's the thing that is the richest, is the things that we truly love, and making those the things that we bring into our lives instead of anything else that we're told to like, any advertising that tells us that we're supposed to have this thing and that thing and the other. No. Think about when you were a kid. What were the most important things to you? You know, your toys in particular that you liked, with characters that you liked the most, you know, the foods that you liked the most, the sweets that you liked the most, making things colorful and vibrant and expressive in your space. These are the things that are the most important. And we can absolutely get here together as well by doing our own inner work, you know. And yes, this can be discussed obviously with other people as well who are also going through the same thing, but it is still kind of an individual journey, because there's things that we individually have learned in our lives that need to be sort of dismantled, and we need to leave that behind us in order to begin exploring again, to become astronomers, able to navigate what it is that we need to do in order to get to this place. And this is not far off. This feels close. This feels like home. Home is never far off. even if it's only in your heart. I think that's all for tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you coming. I mean, it's not that I'm asking you to come watch me do this because, okay, watch somebody read a message from Spirit. I know that if you're here, you were called to this for a reason, because you're here. And you just need to remember your playfulness and your childlike wonder. And those become the richest things in your life, in all of our lives. Don't let yourself be bound to this path where the only thing that makes you feel is the chains that you put around yourselves, the thorns that are just, constantly close enough to hurt you. Remember that inner light that he would like to forget, that he could forget, that you could forget, if you choose to just go down this path. All right. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.